So once we have our object selected, we click on the ZeroBrush Texture Paint button, and we can now paint on our object. We can control the brush size by pressing X and dragging our mouse away or bringing it closer. We can change the strength by pressing Shift X and pulling away, and now you see it's much lighter on the cube, or Shift X and towards, and you can see the strength going up and down. So the little hand dealies, these mean pressure sensitivity on or off. And so these are for if you have a tablet or stylus or something like that. Underneath this is an addition from ZeroBrush 1.5 is the Hardness Slider. So if we bring the Hardness Slider down, you see our strokes are very soft, and the harder we make it, the crisper the edges get. Now this comes in handy in a lot of different ways, which we'll soon be discovering. If you hold Shift and paint, it will erase the paint layer you're on. The erasing of the paint layer only works if you're in Blender render mode, not if you are in cycles due to the way that materials display in cycles mode. So speaking of cycles, you can start painting in either Blender render mode or start painting in cycles mode, and if you want to switch between the two modes, just press the cycles button, and you can see we're now in cycles render. And you can see as soon as I do that, the places where I was erasing you can't see anymore. But if you're in Sensei Format, you can come to your camera view and tap your render preview button and see what this looks like in render preview mode. Or you can just tap the render preview button in the ZeroBrush menu right here. And by default, this will start rendering your whole view, but if that's going too slow or you just want to focus in on one little area, you'll see this little message, Control B to set preview border. So you press Control B, and this will bring up these crosshairs, and you just click and drag it over an area to see the preview. This lighting isn't super helpful in terms of really telling what we're looking at, so this would be a good time to use quick lights. So to use quick lights, first you need to disable the render preview by pressing that button, and then we press the quick lights button, and you'll see when I did that the background goes black. Part of the quick lights lighting setup is to make your whole scene black, and then it creates 3 perimeter lights and a 4th top light, and they stay hidden when you're not rendering or previewing, but they're activated when you press the render preview button. So if we press it again, we can see much more dimension on our cube here. So we'll click the preview button to turn the preview off.